Hi everybody, thanks for stopping back at the Cranberry Cornstalk YouTube channel, the channel where we share our love for primitive decor. This week in the studio, I have been making all kinds of blackened beeswax items. I'm literally overwhelmed and excited by the outpouring of orders I've gotten, wholesale and retail, my Etsy page, my regular page, my fair wholesale. It's so exciting. I never dreamed that I would get so many sales in such a short amount of time. Dream of a lifetime. Everything we've all dreamed of as crafters, as creators, everything we've ever wanted is starting to come true for me. And I just thank God every day. I'm just so grateful for the outpouring of orders and that exciting, overwhelming feeling you guys are giving me. Thank you for stopping at the Cranberry Cornstalk YouTube channel. Please make sure you hit share with your friends. The video that we make every week is something related to primitive decor. We create something, we can sew. I've said in multiple videos, I do a lot of candles, a lot of soaps. I try to keep a variety so you guys don't get bored, but lately, honestly, it's been all wax. I've just been crazy busy with that. I don't know, it's maybe a winter thing. I'm not quite sure what triggered all of this, but it's exciting. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I had purchased a new way to video things in the studio. I'm back in the art studio today. I haven't been back here for a while, I think, to film, but I purchased a new way to make the videos, and I wasn't quite sure how to work the new camera, but I did discover this evening as I was starting to make the video that the old microphone does not connect to this phone. I had to get a whole new system. So I hope I'm not echoing. A lot of times when I put on this arm holder for the phone or for the camera, whatever I'm using, it echoes. It makes like an echoey, metally sound. I'm not quite sure what does that, but I apologize if that's what you hear. I'm going to try to talk loud enough, and I will try to get a new microphone for this setup as well. Something I wanted to share with you, I've had a lot of feedback and questioning on the blackened beeswax, since we're on that subject right now, is the candles. Now, this is my #1 seller, and this is the blackened beeswax hanging taper candle. See, it's super prim, super grungy. It's blackened beeswax. It's just a regular candle. Super cute to hang on a pegboard or on some kind of old shelf, maybe a hutch cupboard, anything like that, a flower bin. Just really super cute. This is my #1 seller. I've made more money off these little guys than I think anything else in the shop. But I wanted to show you what these look like. Now, if you're ordering expecting to get a candle that's perfect and looks like the ones in the store, this is not what you want to order. If you can see, I don't know how clearly you see, we leave the grunge, we leave the edges to look handmade. That's the whole point of what we do here in the Cranberry Cornstalk. It's not, it's not manufactured. It's not cookie cutter or stamped. It is super grunge and it's super cute, in my opinion. So I wanted to show you them up close. Again, they're not perfect. They have awkward sides and crumbly, but they're super cute. Oh my gosh, Nate. A lot of times they smell. Now the scents on these are not particular. You can't order a scent for them. They are basically whatever I have left in the pot, I pour into this, and it makes a very farmhousey, country, very primitive, warm smell. A lot of our items are foods or spices, mostly desserts like maple syrup or cinnamon or things like that. So they have a variety of smells. There's no particular scent name to them. It's just whatever we have left over that makes the beautiful wax that we make it with. Now there's a difference, and here's the thing I want to talk to you guys about. The difference in candles, in the taper candles that we sell. These are the hanging tapers, and they look like this. And we do have a different kind of mold for these than we do for the single taper candle, the single reading candle. Now this one, if you can see, let me show you the difference here. They are equal to the same price, and let me explain why. This is wider the whole way down, so we use almost as much wax, not quite, but almost as much wax in this candle as we do these candles. And you can see it's a little bit longer as well. So it's bigger around, and it's also longer. So the wax ratio is the same. However, the hardest part about these are hard to make. They're difficult to make. I just cringe when I have to make a new batch of them and it never fails. But I love the way they look, and it's worth it. Don't get me wrong. but they're very hard to make. So the price stays up there a little bit, because if anything happens to one, that's a lot of work down the drain. This one is even harder. This one I make in the actual authentic old-fashioned candle pan, the Colonial candle pan. If you look really closely, you can see there's a little seam there. You see the grungy pits. See how different the end is on this one than what it is on this one. See the difference? So these are singly sold for the same price, because let me tell you, they are a bugger to make. They're very, I could just pull my hair out, but once I get them made, they're valuable and precious, and I can't wait to share them with you guys so that you can decorate with them too. You can light them. Of course you can light them. They're beeswax and paraffin. You can light them in the, I'm not sure how they'll burn. They'll probably run. I don't have any special formula to make sure they burn properly. I just love the way they look. And you got to keep in mind, guys, that once you change the wax, the type of wax you use, it changes the color. And the softer the wax I get to where it burns nicer, it just seems like, or smells better. The coloring on the candle becomes more blue instead of black. I personally love the blacker the better. So I have to be really careful with the kind of wax that I use. I make sure to use, of course, beeswax, but certain waxes, when I mix them together, they won't take the color. So the candle changes color. I've gotten green, I've gotten kind of brown in different ratios. So I have kind of a recipe down that I like to use with blackened beeswax and some paraffin, and I like to try to stick with that. So anyway, my point is, you change the wax, they're even harder to get out of the mold. So this one has been a recipe tried and true, and it is exclusive to the cranberry cornstalk. I will not share that, just because it took me 3 years to get this ratio down to where I like the color and where I can actually get them out of the mold. And let me tell you, it's still not easy to get them out of the mold. I am really sorry if it offends you that I won't share how or the exact wax ratio I use, but please go try them for yourself, attempt to make them. Once you make one batch in your old-fashioned molds, you'll see why they're so difficult to make. And the wax, you guys know everything's so expensive nowadays. But that's why I had some people question why these candles, the hanging tapers, why these hanging tapers are the same price as this big baby. And that's why. This is made with the original authentic, the actual authentic mold. Isn't it adorable? I mean, guys, I love to share these. So cute. Look at the end. I love these. And these as well. Look at that grungy prim top. Oh my gosh. And these really retain the blackness. For some reason, this mold, it shows the black color a little bit better even. Not quite sure how that happens, but that's why, guys, that's the explanation of our tapers. And I do have a new addition this week. I thought I'd share with you guys first before I get it up on the page. This is our new little folk art heart. It's called a folk heart. Black and beeswax heart. Nice for all year. Folky, put it on top of your potpourri. I'm just thrilled with these new finds. I've just been trying to add a little bit of new, but we have so much love for the old items. Some of the things I had last year, I almost forgot about because they were out of season. And guys, you just came back with a vengeance ordering. It's so fun to pull them back out. The framed prints are going like crazy, and a lot of these black and beeswax items. So thank you very much for that. I tried to get some up close pictures of the rack that I have in the workshop with all the black and beeswax items to show you what all we do have to offer and how they look, and maybe you can try some of your own. But I did try to get some of that. I have a lot of footage to share with you. A lot of fun things we did this week. A lot of work. But thank you again for stopping at the Cranberry Cornstalk YouTube channel. I think that is everything I wanted to share. Let's get started.